Really now? is that true? Is that true? I figured I'd give you some light before I kick on the candles. No tricks here. Did they really try to destiny swap with an Earth Angel? Is that true? Is that true? Didn't I say that shit last year? You're always welcome, brother. Didn't I say that last year before spiritual warfare kicked into full gear? full metal feathers. If you don't coin that term, something's wrong with you. Something's wrong with you. It's just what it is. Where's all the healing? Because, I mean, we went from the temperance angel and the angel of death to a peaceful angel, a peaceful solar angel. And that's what it is. I can't do anything about that. Absolutely, my friend. Absolutely. Thank you for that. We'll make your YouTube known. It's just what it is. So, yes, for your information, things are coming together nicely. And Pisces will still have to move in silence so that no one else runs the risk of destroying their lives. Because I can't do anything about that. Carol Ann's putting out a lot of information, and yes, I hijacked Carol Ann with angelic Reiki because it's just what I do. Daisy, there's nothing there. There's nothing there, girl. It's just kind of what I do. It's just kind of what I do. I'm the tooth fairy. I'm the tooth fairy. Hang on, let me satisfy pushing up Daisy real fast. She's picky. She's a picky girl. She's a picky girl. Yeah. You give her a big bowl of water, but if it gets halfway, she lets you know that it's halfway because her chin touches the edge of the bowl. And she doesn't understand. What's happening, Di? How are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
We have a Daisy alarm clock. You want to say something to YouTube land?
What?
You want to say something to YouTube land?
Well, it's not a good day, and that's it.
It's a good day. Happy Mother's Day.
Oh yes, Mother's Day.
It is Mother's Day. Let's do a Destiny Oracle read, shall we? God, Goddess, all it is, angels, archangels, ascended masters, divine white lights, be a clear and infinite channel for your wisdom at this time for myself as well as the readings for Namaste. So it's going to only get more fun from here. It's only going to get more fun from here. Happy Mother's Day. And, you know, everything happens in divine right time. Everything happens in divine right time. Because, I mean, that would be my question is, where are the other angels they tried to destiny swap with? Where can I find those? That'll be the title of this. Unicorn Gateway's closed. The Unicorn Gateway's closed. Enlightenment's upside down. Thank you, Spirit. It's just what it is. I mean, when you have to hijack Tarot Land with the Sword of Archangel Michael to be able to get the truth of the situation, it's just what it is. It's just what it is. How long have we been at this now? Over almost a year? Has it almost been a year? I hear people are starting to pull out. People are starting to back up. People are starting to run from the Leo rising Phoenix. That would basically be the Saturn boss cat down the road. It would. It would. Do. Thank you, Spirit. However, I agree. A group collaboration trying to destiny swap with the sun. How did they ever think that was going to work? Thank you, Spirit. Because, you know, the moon does represent secrets. And I would say that being delusional at this point and upset and I mean, who knows? I accept phone calls, I accept emails, and they're coming in nicely. Now, I did say that I didn't want to accept anything social media. I guess if I know who you are on Messenger, it pops up. You're like the first thing that pops up. But you have a lot of doppelgangers. Is that what it is? People using other people's pictures. It's just what it is. Thank you, Spirit. Can't do anything about that. Can't do anything about that. Thank you, Spirit. Can't. I mean, that's the question: is where is all the healing in this? I understand spirits of influence, dark entities working through those individuals, influencing the masses for cash and prizes, but isn't healing nicer than that? Left brain, right brain, subconscious mind. Look at that. It's just what it is. Cards in the upright. No, cool. Glad I asked. I'm glad I went within for INFJ self-talk. It's just what it is. I talk to my feet. There's a class for that. Did you know that there's a class for talking to your feet? It's amazing. It's one of the beautiful things about QHHT is people talking to themselves. They usually give themselves the best advice instead of listening to others. Focus on, yes, there'll be no more diligence. They are quitting. They are running from the flames of the Leo rising phoenix like a scalded cat escaping from Earth. It's just what it is. What are their intentions? The truth. And the truth shall set you free. Look at that. Look at that. And I mean, when you're transmuting this energy and sending it back, because I mean, that's a normal meditation. That's Emily Fletcher's The M Word. I mean, using her technique along with ancient Reiki, along with channeling, along with some channeling techniques that we've learned, and along with expanding out to connect to spirit like Christy Marie Sheldon teaches, and doing it all on a Jose Silva mind control screen like Vishen Lakhiani teaches. There are many different practitioners out there teaching many different things. You just take what works for you. And one thing that you find through wisdom and experience is anyone that says, this is how it's done, that's how it's done for them. Right? Because that's the energy that's all over there. Pisces doesn't care what you do. I don't give a shit what you do as long as it works. Embrace what works. How does the crane catch a fish? Certainly doesn't do it barehanded. The crane certainly doesn't try to catch a fish barehanded. Just what it is. However, embracing the intentions of truth as we go forward, that would leave us with, yes, your betrayal will not be forgiven by the morning star. And it's what it is. I mean, I can, what I say and what I do are two completely different things. And I guess I have to practice that if I preach it. Don't listen to anything they say, watch what they do. And I tell you, my normal meditation is to clear energy, so to speak, call back my energy for healing myself and others. And it obviously doesn't cause any negative effects to people in the general vicinity, unless there's, projections put out that are returning to them. We are seeing evidence of people losing arms and legs. People using arms and legs, but they tell you that Pisces has a supernatural aura. And when you're hearing that large groups of individuals tried to take that spiritual protection and it was the worst mistake they could have ever made because now they don't have any, in groups, gaggles, hives and herds, it would seem that we would need to explore, no relaxation. It's just what it is. And we knew this day was coming because, I mean, think about it. Everybody's having a nice, peaceful day going to the Twin Towers because they did. They chose money over love that day, September 11th. This is Mother's Day, but that was September 11th. They chose money over love that day, and they got there. And then this crazy plane from another plane of existence, this vehicle from another plane of existence, just decided to run into the World Trade Center. And that's what it is. And people weren't able to relax anymore. It was a global situation. It was a global situation. However, it did bring people together for quite some time. For quite some time, I do believe that's when they put the sensors all over the planet that detected vibrational. They used the same with seismograph that detects earthquakes, things of that nature. They put those in certain places all around the globe so they could detect. And I always thought about that. I'm like, well, if they use fear to lower the vibration, or are they using control factors with AI? I always thought about that. I was just talking about that with Jesus. So it's just what it is. Our belief system on Antichrist consciousness is it's going to be what it is. He believes that it's flesh and bone, and I agree. But it's going to be AI because AI is programmed by flesh and bone, and that would be you. That would be you. It is programmed by you guys, and we have certainly glitched it. We have certainly glitched that system quite well. So underneath the truth is enlightenment. Yeah. Enlightenment from the past, supporting the truth, and Spirit says purification. Now, purification or cleansing is nice sunflower. The sun represents cleansing, represents growth, also represents heat in the summer. So they keep saying in the cards it's going to be an incredibly hot summer this year. Say that August would be very, very significant. Now, me personally, I lived, I worked outdoors 6 days a week, 12 to 14 hours a day for about 3.5 months in my younger years in what we called Hell's Kitchen, NASA Road 1 in Houston. That's what it, Webster, that's what it is. One of the worst places that you could ever possibly be during the summer. And, I can remember, I worked with a gentleman that, we never had a day off. For 7 years, we never had a day off. We worked Monday through Saturday, 12 to 14 hours a day. Worst job I ever had. By far the worst job I ever had. I traveled all over the country doing it. And that was the thing it was a program that, you should only have to really be working 9 months before you were in your own gig. But due to the fact that I could just walk into a place and take that over and then make them compete with me to get their lives back, they abused me. They abused me with that ability, and it was fine. I enjoyed it. Nothing better than walking in and telling you your shit is mine now and you got to get it back from me. Anyway, and then compete. And it was always constant competition, constant competing people against each other, and that shit just gets old after a while. It really does. And I didn't always win. I just had the attitude. It was the attitude of fucking get out there and do it or die. And generally we were a bunch of do-or-diers. Just what it is. Just what it is. However, it taught me a lot about perseverance and how the fruits of your labor generally come in the end. And I can remember, we made Columbus, Ohio back in the 90s. Made Columbus, Ohio. Actually, no, it was in the... Would it have been? It had been right around 2000. Right at the turn of that century. Fucking, I'm old, huh? Anyway, so... Right there at the turn, I guess I was 20 years old, something like that. Anyway, we built that office up to doing over 6 figures a week, and at $5 increments, that's a lot of volume. That's quite a bit of volume. Anyway, so I can remember we're all celebrating, and it's a good deal. It's a good deal. We're having a good time. We're all flashing cash, having a good time. And this was back in fax machine days. This will tell you how old this situation was. There wasn't email or fucking cell phone. I think we had the prepaid flip phones. It was that long ago. Where you had to Daisy's alarm. To text someone, you had to hit the button 3 times to get to the last letter. You remember those days? Most people don't remember those days. However, before we go into this unforgiving future, I'd like to tell this story. It's an unforgiving future. You don't like to live in the past. However, dealing with 400 people a day, 6 days a week, 12 to 14 hours a day for almost 7 years. you learn a lot about reading people and how to deal with them. So, I remember we got the company up to, I think we broke 120,000 that week. It was the number one office in the nation. It didn't matter. It was over 6 figures for the week, and we were the number one in the nation. So they wrote out a fax that would be sent out to every office, and it said, "We are the champions," fucking something like that. However, he signed it to come below us, Ohio, and I thought that was pretty shitty. We had worked so hard, and to have it all ruined by ego and arrogance, and come on, that's what it is. You got to think, it doesn't matter how successful you are, every office is now going to look at you like head. Is what it is, just what it is. So anyway. Moving forward, this unforgiving future is going to be supported by the lack of illumination. I hear they're trying to cover up just about everything on the planet right now. Are they doing that with rugs? I've got magic carpets. Do they do that with rugs? They trying to cover up everything on the planet with rugs? Is that what it is? Just kind of sweep that shit under the rug? It's okay. It's okay. We're not going to forgive that shit. So, it looks like everything on top. Oh, yeah. Spirit says no need for courage at this point. Now's the time where you just step back and let Spirit do its thing. You just step back and let Spirit do its thing. I see Spirit running rampant across Tarotland. Is that true that Pisces ancestors don't play? Is that true? I wonder what angelic ancestors are like. I bet they're a hoot to deal with. It's just what it is. Just what it is. Anyway, a lot of that solar angel energy in the collective. I wonder what that shit's all about. Well, I guess that's what they get when groups try to destiny swap with an energy that you cannot duplicate. Look at that abundance. That's the predominant thing on everyone's mind currently. Whatever we have going on from the past, yeah, they're losing their power. We have taken our power back, which causes them to lose theirs. And I've been saying it for almost a year now. A phoenix can't rise from the ashes till you have a bunch of ashes. So it's just what it is. You have to have ashes to rise from. What is our future outcome going to be? Focus. Yes, we will be focusing on see that bobcat? See that boss cat walking up to the side of the mountain? Looks like, there's a whole group, a whole gaggle, a whole team of over here. I stole that from Carlos Mencia. A whole team of people who are giving credit where credit's due behind the mountain. Why this cat just kind of look at me. Focusing forward, and basically, if that cat was the side eye, to the right, because the left represents past lives and the right represents current living situations, if he was to be side-eyeing that mountain, he would be thinking, just because the master cat can say mountain move doesn't mean that he does it. That would go down to focus, and we all know what focus means. It means fuck off because you're stupid. So we'll be continuing forward with focus, and it will. Expect some more dumb shit to happen, I'm sure. It's just what it is. You've got people that are over my cold mountain hands, and it's what it is. It's cold mountain hands. Better than Brokeback Mountain hands, I guess. I don't know. That's what it is. Depends on what kind of hands you're hiring, doesn't it? That's what it is. Anyway, so we're looking for Reiki healing hands, just what it is. So, and yes, the love offers and the things of that nature. I'm glad we got that energy out of the cards, because it does. It makes people question the validity of the situation. Thank you for that. I appreciate all of these invites and whatnot, but I really don't like the social media thing, and we're trying to focus like a bobcat going forward so that we don't end up with more people on the other side of fucking mountains they can't climb. It's just what it is. Anyway. That's the alarming part to all of this, is when you hear them say, that they put things in front of the Earth Angel that no one else could have possibly gotten through, and now they're going to have to go through that without spiritual protection. That's where I check out. That's where I check out. I can't do anything to help them, so it's best just to check out. So, I mean, they wanted me to quit. And it is. We wait until they start getting karma, and then you quit on them. You quit on them and focus this way. Focus forward. So, namaste. Happy Mother's Day.